Okay. Happy Halloween, guys. We are here to have a little bit of fun. My name is Dale Goebel. I'll be your host tonight. To leave you a little background on me, I grew up in the horse business, showing, training horses on a national level. I've shown all over the United States. And, going from that into the retail business of saddles and tack and hats, that is what's brought me to where I am today, Seed Nutrition. And we're going to talk about a little bit about that tonight. If you're just joining us in, go to that little button down there at the bottom, put in where you're from, who you are. We'd love to see it. We've got people joining in from all over the United States and I believe even around the world. So join us. Let us sit back for a little bit. If you're an associate, you're going to learn a lot. If you're new, sit back, absorb it all in because you're going to enjoy a lot of the information you're going to hear. So guys, let's get ready and have a good time. Again, if you're just logging in, please let us know where you're calling in from, where you're showing up from. Log in, let us know. This is a leadership training we do every week for the field. So if you've been invited as a guest, this is a no pressure way to eavesdrop in, kind of enjoy what's going on, no pressure, see how the business is done, what kind of support there is, what kind of support you're going to receive. So it makes it a great way to get the need to know information so that you can make the right decision for you as to whether rain is something for you. We're going to talk about the company. We're going to talk about the products. We're going to talk about the compensation plan. We're going to get into talking to some real people and hearing real people about their testimonies of what this product does. So guys, let's get forward to it. Let's hear about it. First, we're going to hear from Derek Lord, who is a great friend. I got the pleasure of meeting him in Florida this year. And, he's been in the financial investment field for a long time. I even hear a rumor that he was in the entertainment business in magic and music at one time. So being him a financial background, he is the perfect one tonight to hear about how leverage can change your lifestyle in this business. So I would love to turn it over to Derek now and let him talk a little bit about leverage. Welcome, Derek.
Hey, Dale. I got to tell you, so much fun. We had so much fun in Florida and Houston, really enjoying. And this is one of my favorite topics. Being in the financial services industry, a little boring at times, a lot of math. So tonight, I promise you, we're not going to do a lot of math. I mean, most of the people don't really love that. But what we are going to talk about is something that, quite frankly, they do not teach in school. In fact, I would hazard a guess that they don't teach it almost anywhere unless you happen to be connected to a wonderful company, one in this case, which is called Rain. And we're calling it Rain 2.0 because of all of the things that we now have available to us. How would you like to be able to build your ultimate lifestyle business? And what do we mean by ultimate? Well, I'm going to take words from one of my favorite people, Ann Feinstein, when she mentioned people are going to bed at night praying for a health solution. They want to feel better. They want to look better. But there's another side of the equation too. And that's another group of people, and some of them cross over. They're actually praying for a financial solution. And I'm happy to tell you that tonight, we're going to talk briefly about the possibility of actually creating an ultimate lifestyle business. And when we're talking about this, let's take a look at some of the important pieces. One of the pieces we're going to call megatrends. And what are megatrends? Well, as you can see from the slide, social entrepreneurship, which is something that's, fairly new. It's something that you're not only doing something, but you're doing good for the world. And I know a lot of us realized after this past few years with pandemics and world crises and everything else, it's a big deal. We want a healthy lifestyle. People are now searching for it. And then how about a side gig? I can remember when the only time people talked about a side gig was when you didn't really have anything to do. But nowadays, having a side gig is kind of important because you want to be protected from a lot of these other dangers. And then social media. How many people of you in your life are spending time, maybe too much, but they're spending a lot of time on social media? But now let's talk for a side gig business just for a moment. What if, just imagine,
Talked about a side gig.
if you could set your own hours. Think for a moment if you were able to choose the people that you work with. I mean, some of us are lucky and we actually have people that we enjoy working with. What if the potential for earning money was technically unlimited based upon your efforts? Wouldn't that be neat? And of course, the most important part with RAIN is you become successful by empowering others. Travel. What if you were able to travel and it wasn't just 1 week a year? What if you were able to travel around the world and perhaps even be able to bring some of your family and friends? How many of you realize that there's a lot of time zones? Matter of fact, on the call this evening, I'm sure we've got people going from the West Coast to the East Coast and even over into Europe, over into Asia. How would you like to earn money across 16 time zones? And what if you could do that while you were asleep? You would be able to put together a group of people we're calling social entrepreneurship, because this is really important. When you're working, it really helps and it feels wonderful when you're doing something good. But there's a word, there's a piece called leverage. And most of us, quite frankly, haven't even been aware of leverage. It's called a superpower. Why? And you'll see in just a moment. What if you were able to harness leverage like a Mark Cuban or an Oprah, Bezos, J.K. Rowling? I mean, what if you were able to do that, but you didn't have to go and figure a way to write a book like Harry Potter? Well, here's the bottom line. Either you're going to employ leverage or you're working for people who do. So let's think for just a moment, and let's say you're working pretty hard, but you want to start a part-time side gig business. Well, how many hours can you work a week? Well, example, what if you worked 15 hours a week? Maybe a couple hours a day or 3 hours a day, 5 days a week. Now you've got 15 hours that you're able to put into your business. However, what if you actually talked to 2 different people and they decided they would like to join? They would like to do what you're doing. Now you've got 2 more people putting in 15 hours. Add it all together, you got 45 hours now of time. You have leveraged some of the people that you know, their time and energy. But what if those 2 people also got 2 people? Now think about this. You now have 105 hours in a work week. And even when we work hard, 60, 80 hours a week, many people, you're not going to be able to hit 105. Well, what do we do and what's available? Well, it's important that you have a company that has wonderful, amazing products, which we do and you'll hear about. But in this case, we also have something called a compensation plan. And this compensation plan was designed for something very, very important. It was designed to promote the proper behavior. We start out 9 different ways to earn. So for the next 6.5 hours, oh, I'm just kidding. For the next couple minutes, I'm going to touch on some of the highlights. The first one is customer rewards. Why? Well, because customers are very, very important. In fact, it's super important. You're able to get products that are wonderful. Now, those customers also have the ability to do something interesting because they can go on auto ship subscription, they can get discounts. They can earn free products. They can refer people. It's wonderful. But then if you decide to come in and be part of the business and join as an associate, you can have fast start commissions. Those commissions are paid anywhere from $50 to $200, depending upon what level somebody joins you. In addition, they have a matching program so that the people that you introduce, if they introduce people, you get a match above what they get in their fast start commissions. And then if you happen to move pretty quickly, as you move through a partner bonus, and then they have a senior partner bonus, you can earn up to an extra $100 and $200, or a combo of $300. But now we get into something really, really exciting. It's called a global executive bonus pool. It takes 1% of the global sales. And by the way, we're in over 40 different countries as we sit. You don't have to have people in those countries, but they put that together. And then at the executive levels, from bronze and silver and gold and platinum, you get to share in that. The next thing is you build two teams. You build a left team and a right team, and they have a team commission bonus. And that is based upon the smaller leg, you get a 10% commission. In addition, if you hit the rank of diamond and above, there's another bonus pool. I'm going to call it the most interesting one, is generational matching bonus. These are bonuses that are only paid when you are able to help the people that you brought in to be successful financially in the business. And what can be better than to be in a situation where the only way you're going to succeed to a significant level is by helping other people. At the end, too, we're doing something that matters. And with that, there's a lot of tools in the back office. There's ways that you can learn about all the details that we didn't talk about. But I'm going to leave it here right now, and back to you. Back to you, Dale. Oh, you're muted.
Right here. Derek, thank you very much for talking about leverage. Great job. I understood all of it. Really sounded good. Now we are going to go to the great Ann Feinstein to talk about Bright, one of our products. And if you don't know Miss Feinstein, you need to get to know her because she is one of the legends in this company. So anyway, let's hear from Miss Ann. Ann, over to you.
Thank you very much, Dale, for the wonderful introduction. And Derek, I want to say thank you so much for giving us a really clear overview as to how the compensation plan works. When you have a great compensation plan and you have a great product line, the combination together, guys, is just magic. And so I have a chance to chat with you tonight about why I'm so excited about our seed source nutrition. And guys, if you take a look at the most exciting aspect here is that this was all hidden in plain sight in front of us. I mean, everybody's known about seeds, but nobody really understood the power that everything grows out of a seed, and that seeds actually are 20 to 30 times more potent than what they grow into. So if we're able to actually take seeds and create nutritional formulas that can benefit our bodies in so many different ways, well, guess what? We have what we call a win-win all over. I mean, it's a total win-win. And this creates a brand new category, not something that could be copied, but a brand new category, something that no one else, could possibly duplicate, or at least if they tried, they'd be 14 years behind us. So we would be at the leading market leaders in seed source nutrition as we are today. Now, I get a chance to talk about one of the products that I'm really excited about. And that is, having a product that seriously can give your brain the food that it needs in order for your brain to do what your brain needs to do. And that is not just give you more time, but give you more concentration. If you think about it, people are always saying, gee, if I only had more time. But what they really mean is focus, concentration, the ability to be more productive, and to be able to, take their cognitive skills and expand them. And I'll tell you guys, I mean, there are 2 little capsules that I take every morning. And, I call it, the of my brain, because it is a seed source nootropic for cognitive enhancement. Now, doesn't that sound sexy? Okay. And basically, what does that mean? Well, what it means is that we have certain ingredients that when they come together, like lion's mane and L-theanine and watermelon seed and chia seed. I mean, if you look at the combination of those different seeds coming together are actually boosting the neurological activity and recovery of your brain. They're also giving you the amino acids that increase endorphins, okay, which then, increases the ability for your energy, for your calming effect, but also for your clarity and focus. It's also giving you the fatty acids that assist in healthy brain function. And the chia seeds are providing us with the amino acids and the fats to fuel and nourish the brain. Now that's going directly to the brain. Now, I get excited about that because, no one likes to have senior moments. The senior moment, everybody laughs where they walk into a room and they come in and they're thinking, well, why did I come into this room? Or the worst situation is I'm talking on the phone and I'm looking around for my phone. I mean, we all have those silly moments, okay, where crazy things happen like that. But imagine if 2 little capsules with those ingredients could give you the kind of focus, the kind of memory and recall, to give you the creative capacity, to increase your creative cognitive skill sets, to provide long-lasting, natural, lasting energy, and also to help you with mood, managing stress. I mean, guys, when I say value, okay, the value of what this product can offer each and every one of us, and the benefits of what this can offer each and every one of us is mind-boggling. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you every single piece of ingredient that goes into every one of our products, but I will tell you is that we have amazing materials that are giving you the information that you need to make the right decision for you and your family, for your health and for your family's health. We have a Vitality magazine that is amazing, a 4-color magazine that talks about each and every one of our products, and then it goes into details about the killing, of what's going on with inflammation today. It's talking about, circulation and sexual energy. It's talking about brain function. It's talking about, getting your body more physically capable of moving and living and being productive. Each and every one of the products has a product fact sheet, so you can learn more about each of the products, the ingredients. There's a video called Hidden in Plain Sight, which goes through each of the products. And I'll tell you, I've sat people down, I've had them look through the magazine, Hidden in Plain Sight, and given them a couple of the product brochures or product sheets. And they're just mind blown because of what we have here with the Rain products. So guys, get excited about what we have here. There's something magical in being able to have seed source nutrition. So I'm going to turn it back over to you, Dale, because I know you have an exciting next phase, next part of our evening to share with everyone. And I'll be back in a few minutes.
Thank you, Miss Ann. Thank you so much here about Bright, because God, I love that product. It is great. It gives you so much energy and focus and everything else. Now we're going to hear some real from some real people with some real testimonies. And so I want to turn it over first to Miss Sharon Reed Bradley, a good friend. And I think we'll hear from her first. And then we're going to have Rick Payne and then Mark Sipic and Charles Campbell. So anyway, guys, I'll turn it over to you, Miss Sharon.
Hey, Dale, can you see me?
We can hear you. Sharon?
Okay, Sharon, open up your microphone. There you go.
Okay. Can y'all see me?
Not yet, but go ahead.
Okay. Listen, I understand what it is to work 12 hours a day and weekends as well. Being a former principal, I am retired after 27 years in education. And I understand those long hours, weekends as well. And if you've been on that same path that I have for 27 years, my goodness, please understand there's a different option. And I was able to find that option through RAIN. Having been a former friend way back in the day with Dale and finding out that he was involved in this had me reconnect. I was impressed with the product, but I was also impressed with what it could do because as I've retired, looking to do something else, looking to do something different. While I've got all the education to be a principal and a superintendent, I realized those long hours weren't helping me. They weren't creating really the kind of leverage that you can get through RAIN. And so I just want to encourage all of the people out there that RAIN is not just an opportunity to better health. It's not even something you have to sell. It is something that sells itself. You are selling health. You are selling an opportunity for people to see seed nutrition in a whole new, different light. And so this really created an opportunity for me to get out of that challenge that was education. It's a beautiful place to have been, but there are things out there, ladies and gentlemen, that you can do, such as RAIN International and Seed Nutrition, that are helping me to bring opportunities to other people. And so now I have access to teachers that want a side gig, people who want opportunities in a different light, and Seed Nutrition and RAIN International has offered that. So I hope that you can see that perhaps 12 hours a day, weekends, everything you're doing, you can create a lifestyle for you that does not encompass that much energy. You put that much energy into RAIN and you will see a different opportunity rise right before your eyes. Thank you so much for having me. Over to you, Rick.
Hey, thanks, Sharon, and hello, everyone. My name is Charles Payne, but my friends call me Rick. I live just outside Austin, Texas. Before RAIN, oh wow, 10 years ago now, I worked as a building engineer running high-rise buildings and hotels. I loved what I did, and I love people. Just before retiring, though, my wife and I realized that we hadn't properly saved enough for retirement, and we would have to live on half of what we had earned and not be able to maintain the lifestyle that we were accustomed to. Being able to travel when we wanted to visit the grandsons when we wanted to, just doing what we wanted to do when we wanted to do it would probably be pretty difficult. So after having tried the RAIN products and being that I do love people, I decided that I could help a lot of people and make some money on the side to offset my retirement. I got to tell you, being paid every Friday now for work I started 10 years ago has been a blessing to my household and to the others that I've been able to help. So thank you so much, RAIN International. Thank you, RAIN. I am Charles and I am RAIN. Over to you, Mark.
Thank you, Rick. I'm Mark Sipich from South Holland, Illinois, which is a southern suburb of Chicago. I'm a CPA that has been preparing taxes and business strategies for over the last 35 years. During the last few years, I've been working with my son to help him build his successful pool installation business. And over those 35 years, I've worked many hours helping others build their businesses and success. When my friend introduced RAIN to me, I saw the opportunity to utilize the system and the training here at RAIN to help me build and teach other people in my in-between time how to build and succeed while we all become healthier and wealthier. It's a win-win. So much that someday in the near future, I can see that I won't have to work as many hours and I can help more people earn their success. I am Mark Sipich and I am RAIN. Over to you, Chris.
Thanks, Mark. My name's Chris Campbell, and I'm originally from California, but I'm out here in Texas. So I'm one of those people that they look at sideways, going, "Ah, you need to bring your politics, did you?" But where I'm coming, had a lot of different careers, but the two main careers I've had is in construction for close to 15 years, and now I'm in retirement planning. I actually work for two different companies in the retirement planning space. So finding extra time to be able to do those things wasn't really possible till I was able to work from home. Now, I'm going to kind of backtrack a little bit because there's a little bit of a marriage of how rain came into my life and I use it and why it's such a part of my life. So being in construction, you had to eat good, right? A lot of times you got to have that fuel to make sure that you're able to eat make it through the day, especially in the construction that I was in. It was production work. So I was the crazy guy that would bring up, hey, you need to eat your good food. You need to make sure there's no toxins and junk in there. But it was easy, right? So here's some fresh fruits and vegetables. Here's some farm raised beef. Wow, it tastes great, right? So as time goes along and rain comes along, and I just give it a try, I'm noticing effects immediately. Um, uh, and as time goes on, other effects start to happen. I worked in construction for a very long time, so my body's beaten up. I'm probably a 60-year-old body in a 45-year-old body. And I'll tell you right now, I, I I wouldn't trade it for anything. So I'm not a salesperson. I actually help salespeople. So I realize there's a marriage with what I've already done in the past and what I do with Rain. I'm not gonna call myself a pusher, but try it. See for yourself. And now the conversations get started. So a lot of people aren't salespeople. That's the easiest way is to just offer a chance to try it, and they're gonna come back to you happy customers. So I'm gonna kind of cut it off there, but I'm gonna send it back to you to Dale, and I appreciate everybody here. Thank you.
Guys, thank you very much. Great testimonies from everybody. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Mark, Chris. Just great to hear from all of you, hearing what it really does, and so on, so on. Anyway, guys, now I want to go over to and turn it back over to Miss Ann again. What she is we're going to hear from her about the history of the business and why Rain. And for someone who's been an icon in this industry for such a long time, she's really going to fill us in as to why Rain. So, Miss Ann, we're turning it back over to you to hear from you again.
Well, thank you, Dale. Again, guys, you did a terrific job, okay, explaining the benefits to each and every one of you as to how you've come into Rain and what this has meant to you. And I have had the similar experience in the last 30 some years of being in this profession, because what I found as a corporate person, again, leverage was what got me excited. But it's not just the leverage aspect. There's actually three parts that even took it a step further. And not only having leverage and being able to work through other people's skill sets and other people's language and other people's locations. So you have what Derek was talking about in terms of time freedom and being able to work with people that you want to work with, but also being able to do it in a systematic way that makes sense. So we spent the last year, Randy Gage, my partner, and I spent the last year with Rain putting together a system. And so some of what you're seeing tonight with the tools, the information, the PowerPoints, the presentation as we're doing tonight with our Leadership Academy, or if you're on a Be the Breakthrough presentation at another time, that's all part of the system. We have a systematic approach, okay? And it took us that period of time to be able to put those tools together, to be able to put the system in place. Then you have to automate, okay? And automation is going to come with putting it into a process that allows you to be able to hand it over to someone else who then can hand it over to someone else who can hand it over to someone else. We call it automation and duplication. We're duplicating ourselves. And honestly, when I first started in the profession 30 years ago, I didn't know exactly what that meant, but it sounded good. But today we have a system that actually is duplicatable and allows you to automate. And so one of the ways in which we automate is being able to train people in the same format, with the same process, with the same tools in multiple languages. I mean, today we're in over 40 countries. Guys, that gets me excited, because when you hear Derek talking about working in 16 different time zones, I can tell you that one of the most, liberating aspects to the 30 plus years has been working around the world, has been travel, has been making connections and friends all over the world, has been the different languages. And the fact is that when you get people in different countries or different parts of our country, and they are leading the way, then you have to hand them what I say are bananas, because when gorillas show up, they want the bananas. And one of the newest bananas that we have is we're calling it our new associate orientation manual. And we've just revised it and we've just streamlined it so that it is so chock full of the precise information that you need and the step-by-step approach for a brand new person. So if you're brand new or you're looking at our business for the first time and you're looking at RAIN, it's not just what we do in terms of presentation, but it's also what you're seeing tonight in terms of how we train and how we train our new team members that are joining us. So we have what we call the new associate orientation. And it's a step-by-step approach. And right in the very beginning, there's a checklist, okay, that you'll be able to go through to make sure that you're checking off all the steps, and each of those steps are explained in the body of that manual. Okay, and that's the beautiful thing, because as you start to understand more about, setting up your subscription as an example, why is that important? Why do you need to have that? What makes it easier for your business flow? Or how you go about downloading the mobile app. I mean, I will tell you, this mobile app is so fantastic. I can be out anywhere talking to someone, in the middle of something I'm doing on a personal level, and I meet a terrific person and I start chatting up with them, and I can take their details and I can shoot them off some information. So having a mobile app allows us to automate the system. Having a booklet like this, a manual like this, allows us to automate the training process. And so you have the RAIN mobile app. We're also going to make sure you're connecting into all the social places, the platforms that we have. We have a wonderful platform, RAIN Associates. We launch out all the information so everybody knows what's going on. We have all the exciting rank advancements, the up and coming events, all that, all the good stuff is posted there. Every one of the teams has some sort of a team site, okay, or a team place where they can go either on Facebook somewhere in a group or on a WhatsApp to keep communication going, because communication in our profession is very, very important. There's also a place for you to set your wellness goals, because guarantee you, okay, as Chris was talking, doesn't matter, okay, what you've done in the past, but I guarantee you there's probably something missing from your current routine in allowing you to reach your wellness goals. And I'm pretty sure that we have something here that can help you at RAIN. I can tell you that with all the good stuff that I've taken in the past, this Bright product, boom, okay, or you get some Pure into people and they have a chance to make that, double brain boost, we call it, between their gut and their brain, boom, okay, you put some beet into their product, into their drink, and they now have, an incredible experience with circulation, sexual energy, okay, combine that with the double brain boost, you can change somebody's total way of how they feel and how they feel about themselves. So we want to help people with their wellness goals. We want to help them to plug into the team structure. We want to help make sure they have their go-to pack. So when they walk out the door, they have the tools in the pack, they have their samples, they have their materials, okay, and they're ready to go out there because they could meet the next gorilla and they want to have some bananas, okay, ready. Or it could be scheduling, what is a strategy call? Okay, I want somebody to go through this new associate orientation manual, prepare that checklist, and get ready for a strategy call. And that strategy call is going to help them not only make sure they've gone through all the different parts of what we've just talked about with the checklist, but also just to make sure that they have the next 2 weeks set up of action. Because the faster we get people into action, the longer they're going to stay. I mean, it's just the way it is. You heard what Derek was talking about. We want to help people to start their business, to become profitable fast, and to be able to build out their organization. So there's parts of the compensation plan that will allow for that, but it's got to be helping them get started fast and getting started with the right activities, because we certainly don't want people doing busy work. We want people doing the revenue producing activities. And that's what's explained here in the manual. We also want to help them with their getting their hot list started. Okay, because a lot of people say, oh, yeah, I know who I'm going to talk to. And I always say, especially to men or women that are married, have you ever sent your husband or your wife to the store without a list? Okay, you know what happens? They go and they buy anything they think about. Well, that's what happens when you don't have a list and you don't have some structure to your recruiting activities. Nobody can remember who they spoke to or what they spoke about. But if you have that all written up and we have that available for you to write up and to actually lay out right in your manual, and we actually have a QR code there that you can open up and save it on your computer, or you can save it on your tablet or your desktop, whatever. So there's a whole bunch of wonderful things here, including how you do a major blast. Okay, and I will tell you guys that as you go through this beautiful manual, you're going to see some fabulous step-by-step, what you need to do, how you need to do it. There's additional resources talking about our Rainmaker University, which is something that Randy and I do a module every month on a skill set to help you so you can learn the skill sets that are necessary for building a business, because we always say the business is simple. Okay, it's just a matter of learning a few new skills. And that's what I found over the years, that, no matter what professional background you come from, and you heard a lot of different professional backgrounds this evening, it's exciting to hear the professional people that are coming into RAIN. But you know what? There's always a skill set that can be beneficial to them in building their business and building it faster. Maybe it's meeting people. Maybe it's learning how to give a compelling invitation. Maybe it's, being able to give a good presentation, or following up, or, working a list and expanding it organically, or maybe even getting onto social media. For some people, that's a whole new experience as well. Well, guess what? We give you some great ideas on how to do that and get into social media and do it the right way, so that you're not sounding like some spammy, pammy person or with commission breath, spilling and spitting all over people, but you're doing it in a way that attracts people with curiosity, benefits, and value. So those are all the things that you're going to find in this beautiful manual, okay, that's all laid out here for you, with those additional resources, compelling invitations, and, even what I love, and that is at the very end, you will see something called the candidate pathway. Now, I want to tell you a very quick story. There was a woman for 10 years in my business previously. Bless her heart. Every time she talked to somebody who was interested, she would come to me and say, well, what do I do now? Well, guess what? We have a candidate pathway that's going to lay all that out. If somebody is interested in the products, we have a pathway. Okay, how do you use the tools? What tools do you give first? What tools do you give as a follow-up? What do you do as the next step and the next step, until they either say no or yes, I'm interested, or you put them into what we call a tickler file. The same thing for people looking at the business. Okay, if they're interested in the business, we take you through the step-by-step, what tools to use, what to do is the next step and the next step. And so there's a candidate pathway for that as well. And guys, guess what? It's all there in this manual. Now, I will tell you that if you have yet to go through the new one, go in your back office. Okay, there, Derek has it in front of him. Go in your back office. Okay, go into the resources section, scroll down until you see new associate orientation. And then you see the date is in October. Okay, that's how you know that it's the new one. And it says at the top, Dream big, dream bigger. Okay, that's a new headline that we have at the top of the new one. So that'll help you to also recognize this is the newer version. Guys, I'm excited about what we have here. I'm excited about the system because when you systematize and when you automate, then you can scale. Okay, and when you can scale, you can bring multiple people into your business at so many levels and depth to be able to capture all the goodness of our compensation plan that Derek was talking to you about tonight. So with that, back to you, Dale.
And thank you so very much. I'm supposed to be in the spot of wrapping this up and putting a big bow on it. But Ann just did such a great job of kind of explaining it to everybody. So if you're watching tonight and you may have seen a glitch here, a glitch there, something, you figured out it's a lot of new people putting a program together, and anybody can do this. You don't have to have a special talent. There's a pathway for everybody. So it doesn't matter your past, your background. You can do this if you put your mind to it, because it's simply picking up your phone. There is a training or a program for you to just punch a button, send it to somebody, or punch a button and learn something. So guys, if you're an associate that's been on here watching tonight, I hope you got a lot of really big nuggets out of it, because I picked up nuggets and I've been doing this for a long time. And this new magazine is phenomenal. It's going to make it so easy for a new person. So thank you, Ann and Randy, for putting this together. I apologize, Randy. I know you're watching, but the great Randy Gage, I know he's watching. And anyways, but guys, if you're an associate, there should have been nuggets up, and you should be excited every time you hear this, because it just makes it so much easier. Now, if you're a guest, I want to again, thank you for jumping on. I want you to get back with the people that you invited you to hear. I want you to get back with them. Ask those questions. Seal those questions up. Seal your deal, because this is an opportunity of a lifetime for you to use RAIN as leverage to build your dreams, find your goals, find your desires, and go to the places you want to go to in your lifestyle. So let me be the first to welcome you to the RAIN family and RAIN International. And to all the people, I saw people from the Philippines tonight, from Nigeria tonight. Guys, we are all over the country, all over the world on this video Zoom call. So again, I want to welcome everybody. Thank you for jumping on. Thank you for hearing what we had to say, because I really believe I am RAIN. And today is day one. Thank you.
Shine bright like a diamond. Find light in the beautiful sea. I chose to be happy. You and I, we're like diamonds in the sky. You're a shooting star, I see, a vision of ecstasy. When you hold me, I'm alive. We're like